tell them what single that was.
That's my single, End of the World. Just dropped on my EP. That just dropped. Yeah.
All right, where did it drop?
It's on SoundCloud right now, but it's also on everything else right now too. iTunes, CD Baby, Spotify. They just gave me the update, so yeah.
All right, well, I like it, and thank you so much for opening up the show, guys. He will be sticking around. We'll chat with him later. He'll also be performing. I am so excited for the show tonight. We have Simply Saida Natural Skincare Products here with us in the studio to talk about her wonderful products that are all natural. We also have former Coast linebacker turned restaurateur Gary Brackett here to drop some business knowledge on us and just tell us a little bit about his journey. It's the Tahlia Speaks Show. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
I am here with John Kelley. Some of you saw his performance to open up the show. His new hit single called "End of the World."
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Nothing much. It's kind of been a minute.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing. Hey, well, you here, right? You up here on the stage for me, my show? Hey. No, but anyways, we're joking like that because we kind of have a history. Believe it or not, John Kelley. He wasn't John Kelley back then. We'll get into that in a minute. But he was one of my first interviews with TSM, and we never broadcast the interview because I think we both heavily critiqued it so much. We were like, nah, we're going to do this again in a later date. And it's just so funny how things have kind of circled back, and we find ourselves here right now on the stage.
All juice, baby. And all of this is a roller coaster. All these things that I've been doing now between us, baby, no. And I wish I felt it. It's almost the end after tonight. You know it's so.
You are now John Kelley.
Yes.
You are now John Kelley. You were Drew Illy at first, and tell me about that. And I'm saying me because I've kind of followed your music for quite some time and have always been a fan of your versatility.
Right.
What sparked this change?
Well, my full name is Andrew Jonathan Kelley Willis.
Okay.
So
quite a few names.
Yeah, so it's still my name, just a different part of it.
Okay.
So like I went through a lot of transitions in life, just learning myself and just like a lot of different stuff. And my Drew Illy brand was like a lot of trial and error, and learning the ins and outs of the business and different things, and really coming up with a new sound or finding my sound. So yeah, I just feel like I'm ready now, and I just want to, exude something different.
Fall in love and we gon' die together. We fall in love.
Yeah. John Kelley, baby. Never had like a lot of friends or anything, but like I never knew who I was like around other people. You know what I mean? Like you know who you are, like just like you, like at home, you.
By yourself.
But when you get around other people, we all like have a problem with putting on something false because we don't know exactly what to put out, or we're still trying to figure out what people see in us. You know what I mean?
Right.
We all face different battles and stuff, so I just had to learn. I just had to face a lot of demons within myself. You know,
to kind of get to the core of who you are as a person, you kind of had to
be honest with myself.
Exactly. So in turn, when you come to people and you're more authentic, you get more respect. You know what I mean? That way. So definitely feel you on that. I'm gonna close out the show with another song. So tell them about your project, how they can pick it up, where they can find it again, and then also how to keep up with you.
Okay. I am John Kelley, available on SoundCloud right now, but I'm gonna take it off. It's gonna be on iTunes, Spotify, CD Baby, everywhere else for purchase. So if you're with me now, you can get it now for free. You can follow me on Instagram at I am John Kelley or John Kelley _COTC, either one. Twitter, I am John Kelley, and yeah.
Hello guys, we're back with the Tahlia Speaks Show. I'm sitting here with Simply Saida, natural skincare owner, Saida, last name? Pearsall. I gotta make sure I get it right. My name is Tahlia. I know people jack it up all the time, so I try my best to pronounce people's name right. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
So first and foremost, we know that you have this natural skincare line that I had a chance to try out a little bit, and it was simply amazing. Simply Saida, simply amazing.
Thank you.
So for people that don't know about you, let's tell them a little bit about you, where you're from.
Okay. Well, my name is Saida Pearsall. I am originally from Chicago, grew up in Chicago, lived in Atlanta, lived in a couple places, and now I am here in Carmel, Indiana. And I'm a mom of 2. I'm a wife. I'm a mompreneur. So
Mompreneur, I like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of juggling a couple of balls right now.
Tell us a little bit about your journey to starting this natural skincare line.
Okay, in 2014 we took a family vacation.
Okay.
And my daughter and I, we were actually in New York. And she kept grabbing my hand, and I noticed that her hands were so rough. I never really, paid attention to her hands before, but she was a competitive gymnast.
Okay.
And so she had calluses, she had ribs, she had really dry skin.
Right.
And as a mom, that's the last thing you want for your baby girl.
Yes, exactly.
So during the trip, I kept telling her, put product on.
Right.
Put product on. And
Right.
she was like, Mom, I did. So this went on for about a week. And by the time the trip was over with, she was tired of me. I was tired of her.
She was tired of you, like, let me see your elbows.
Right, let me see your feet. Right. When we got home, I went to work. I learned about mixing oils as a kid because I was a burn victim when I was younger. So my mom used natural oils and butters to heal my skin, and she kind of refused doctor's traditional treatment because they wanted to do a skin graft. And so,
Oh, wow, skin graft.
yeah. So she came up with this, I call it her magic mixture. And she bathed me in this stuff religiously for, forever it seemed like. And my skin, it healed wonderfully. So fast forwarded 40-something years later, so I'm not going to date myself.
40-something.
Girl, I'm almost 50. I've always had a passion for making people feel good.
Right.
And it was through making products. Like I've always mixed up in shampoos, made facial stuff, oil stuff. So my sisters, call me like the Martha Stewart of mixes. So I would mix up everything. And so it kind of just spilled over into this product line, and it's something that I love to do. I could do this for hours and not even look at the clock and just have my music on.
So let's get into these products, girl. I want to know more about this because you are glowing. So I need to learn a few things. So what we got here?
Okay, so first we have our flagship product, which is our Happy Hands and Bee product, and that's the product you tried.
Right.
And so this product, it comes in unscented, and then it comes in 4 scents, which is a petite grain, orange, lavender, and sweet. Our ingredients, they're so natural. We just try to keep it simple and natural, and every ingredient in this product and any of our products you could recognize as well as you can pronounce. You don't have to pull out
triglyceride, monochloride, all that extra stuff. Yes.
What is this and why is it in here? So, and then also we're PETA certified, which means that we don't do any animal testing, and we don't buy product ingredients from businesses that do animal testing.
Velvet. Her hands were so soft, guys. I mean, I'm just ranting and raving about that. I won't forget that. So, so we have that, and then what's next?
Okay, and then we have the Blissful Body Shine.
Okay.
So it's kind of a spin on the Happy Hands and Feet, but we added a couple more ingredients. The reason why we came out with this product is because people were like, well, can you make something that make your skin pop and glisten? And I'm like, okay, well.
Pop and glisten.
Yeah, so I went back to, to the drawing board, and I came up, with a natural jelly made with beeswax, and so that's how this product was born.
Okay. Saida, thank you so much for coming on the show. So I want to give you a chance to tell people where they can buy your products, whether it be online, in the stores, and how to keep up with your business.
Okay. You can purchase our products if you're here locally in Indianapolis at Good Earth store in Broad Ripple, and then also you can purchase them at the Blush Salon in Boutique in Fishers. You can purchase them online at www.simply, and then I'll spell my name, SAIDAHS.com, which is simply Saidah'S.com. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn.
Everything.
We have a social media.
She's absolutely gorgeous. I'm getting a close-up view. Her skin is amazing. I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm admiring, like, everything is glistening over here on the stage. So I would recommend it. I'm ready to get about everything she said in this basket. I'm ready to pick it up. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Quick break, and when we come back, we will have former Colts linebacker turned restaurateur and businessman Gary Brackett on the show. So much for being
thanks
here.
for the invitation.
Alrighty, so we're just gonna get right on into it. I know I had so many people when they found out you were coming on the show. So many of my friends, Colts fans and not Colts fans, ask him this, ask him that. I'm like, look, I'm asking the questions I want to ask. So, if we have time for y'all's questions, I might squeeze that in there. But anyway, so, let's just start right out. Some people don't even know where you're from, so let's talk a little bit about that.
I'm from Glassboro, New Jersey.
Okay.
About 20 minutes outside of Philadelphia.
Okay.
I was born in Camden, New Jersey, which is a pretty rough area in New Jersey. So my parents moved me out when I was about 5. Grew up with 4 older brothers and 1 younger sister.
Oh wow, big family.
Yeah, big
How
family.
was that?
It was fun. It was crazy, right? So I kind of had to fight for everything I had, right? Being the youngest boy, I got all the hand-me-downs.
Oh, you were the youngest.
Yeah.
Youngest
so
boy.
So it's kind of like it actually helped me out in sports though because I was always playing with kids that were older than me.
Right.
So I was always playing, getting beat up and stuff. So when I played against kids my age, it almost wasn't fair because I was already like, man.
You had already built up the experience, knocking them down
exactly.
easily and stuff like that. There you had a big family, you played sports with them, so were you the only person that was playing football at the time?
You know what's funny, man? And this will probably speak to a lot of the audience and the athletes out there, the younger generation. I was probably the 3rd to 4th best athlete in my family. Right? My brothers were all better athletes than me. Some of them were bigger, some of them was faster. But the one thing that I had was discipline, and I had to follow through to be coachable and then practice on my craft. Worked out, I trained, I got my body ready to play. I did well in school, which afforded me the opportunity to have some type of outlets for me to use my talents.
Right.
So that's how I kind of got put on.
Right, so you just honed in on what you had and you focused, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. You can have a natural talent, you could be the best player in the world, but the discipline, you have to be coachable and you have to get good grades and you have to be able to learn. So that's definitely something that you want to take with you out there in the audience. Well, I read a little bit about that, and it wasn't like you walked right on starting. You had to work for that position.
Yeah, no question. So when I'm with the Rutgers, it's called a recruited walk-on position. So I did not get a scholarship from day one. In fact, again, didn't get a scholarship to my 3rd year on campus. So so what happened was my parents, they really were supporting me going to Division I. Like I said, I had 3 older brothers. None of them kind of made it through college, so they were kind of betting the house on me. Literally, they actually refinanced the house twice in order to pay for tuition my first 2 years of college. It was one of those situations where actually the day I got a scholarship, my car was packed and I was heading home. If I didn't have good news, then I was going to enroll in the local university because I couldn't afford tuition anymore. So, I was able to get a scholarship by the coach that was there, and then the rest is history.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I played Rutgers. We were in the Big East, and we had Miami's was always number 1, top 5 in the nation. Virginia Tech had Michael Vick, so they were always balling.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah, so Boston College had a good team. So in our division alone, there's about 5 to 10 players that would typically get drafted in the first round in the NFL draft. So watching that draft and seeing how well I played against those guys during our games, I thought there was opportunity, right? And for me, I just wanted a chance. I didn't think that I was it was given to me or I should just be given the opportunity to go play on an NFL team. I wanted a chance, and luckily I got a call actually after the draft. And I got invited to come out to the Colts and work out and be a part of the team. So,
really?
Yeah.
So as you can see, that was signed with the Colts. What was that? What year was that?
2003.
2003, and then a few years later, you went on to win the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. How was that playing on? I mean, the team I remember. I'm an avid Colts fan. People that know that they're close to me knows that I love my Colts. How was that knowing where you came from? Right. To be able to taste that victory right there, to be at the pinnacle with the best of the best. How was that?
You know what's funny? So many people in life, they think the destination is where they'll find the joy, right? But after I won the Super Bowl, when I woke up the next morning, water was still wet, right? My breath was still stinking, right? Without brushing my teeth. I still had to put my pants on one leg at a time, right? So what I thought was the pinnacle of my career was really just another stepping stone. But the one thing that I appreciated when I won the Super Bowl was the journey. Right, and how I got to that place to be in a position to win a Super Bowl game, and everything I had to fight for, and everything that I had to lose in order to get to where I got to. And I think that for me, that's what I appreciated the most. Is like when I went to the Super Bowl, I really had the opportunity to really reflect. Like, man, you know, I was probably 26 at the time, so I was like, man, you know, I did some amazing things up to this point, but this Super Bowl doesn't happen if I give up.
What people don't understand is that the struggle is where you find yourself. You cannot give up at the first sign of defeat, an injury or anything. You have to keep going. Don't skip the struggle, because that's when you get to a pinnacle, or when you have success, that's when you can look back and really taste those victories and really be like, wow, you know, like you said, if I would have given up when I didn't, you know, make the team, or when I didn't get that scholarship, I wouldn't be where I am today. So, you know, that is a testament to just perseverance and keep it moving. You got to keep, you know, I know when a lot of people retire, they go on to coach, they want to be a sports analyst, they want to own the team. You decided to go back to school to get your MBA.
Right.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so for me, when I was playing football, right, I played for 9 seasons. We were pretty successful, you know, with the Colts, right? Won Super Bowl, lost one, won a bunch of games.
Right.
But for me, I knew eventually, you know, all the notoriety of me playing football would all subside, right? And then it'd be like, all right, what are you going to be when you grow up, type of deal, right? So for me, I felt like we all have these 2 boxes, right? And we all have all these opportunities in these 2 boxes that God has given us, right? And it's all about what tools do we choose to use. Some people use their brain, some people use their body, some people use, you know, something else, they get mad, whatever they use, right? So for the longest time, I was using a hammer in my toolbox, right? So I'm just banging in my head against, like literally, right? Just it's a physical sport, so that's what I did. So what I realized when I was finished playing is that I need to use some of these other tools in my toolbox. So going to get my MBA was an opportunity for me to take out some of these old tools and see how they worked again, right? Because I wasn't in college in 9 years, and a lot of stuff in business had changed. So going back, get my degree, was setting myself up for success.
Right. Nobody can deny that.
No, not at all.
Exactly. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into life after football. But during the break, we're going to show a video about Gary's Impact Foundation and what that foundation is about. We'll be right back with the Tahlia Speak Show.
I really want to re-engage the Impact Foundation was because of several needs that I found out transitioning to football into my new career. Now I am the owner of Brackett Restaurant Group. And I really saw a need for underserved youth to really enter into the job market. I think hospitality industry, I think it employs 12% of America's population. So I think it's a very good occupation for some of those kids who's interested. So my goal of some of my new programs, Impact Ready, is to reach out to those 15 to 24-year-old working adults, working teenagers, and really show them the responsibilities that they should have entering into the workforce. So I think Impact Ready is going to be a program that we're going to partner with some YMCA's, some Indiana Black Expo, some Urban League, some other people in town to really reach out to their population and really a partner alongside of them, going into their facilities, bring some people along and do a seminar on what some of these job training skills should be, with the ideal of trying to get that young youth to be self-sufficient in his older years. Another initiative I'm really excited about is Impact Works. And the idea behind Impact Works is to provide a stipend to Brackett Restaurant Group to hire some high school students, some people ready into the workforce, and to pay them a wage to come in and learn with us and see if this is something they're interested in, and give them some skills that they can transfer into wherever job they go to. Some things that Impact will remain. Gary's Locker has been tremendous. We have lockers in several hospitals all over Indianapolis and Indiana, and we're going to continue that program. The other thing that's near and dear to my heart is the Mother's Tender Heart Luncheon. The Mother Tender Heart Luncheon is usually around Mother's Day, and it's purposely just so we can kind of honor those mothers, because most of the times they're running around the house, taking care of their families, taking care of the sick child, and this is just an opportunity for them to kick back, relax, kind of get pampered and loved on, so they can kind of recharge their systems and go back and start being solid rocks for their families. I think for me, what's fueling my fire to continue to give back to the community, it's really, you know, having businesses are great, but the impact that we have on the communities and really our workforce. The people that work for us are really fantastic, and they really do a great deed. And they really, I mean, we're serving a need by employing these individuals, because at the end of the day, this isn't going to be the final destination for a lot of folks. But for some folks it will be. But during that time when they're working with Brackett Restaurant Group, or either Georgia Reese's or Stack Pickle, I just want them to know that, you know, there's more than life than what they were doing previous. And if we could show them skills about how to be responsible, how to be accountable, how to be a great team member, I think those are transferable skills that they could take anywhere that they want to go in their life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Tahlia Speak Show. We've just been here chatting with Gary Brackett, former Colts player, now businessman. And before the break, we were just talking about his football journey, how he got started, and how he ended up going back to school to get his MBA once he retired. So during the break, you guys saw a video about his Impact Foundation, and I've heard so many wonderful things about your foundation.
We started first off with critically and chronically ill children. And, you know, my heart really went out because of my brother and all that situation. But then I really started to realize that there's so many people affected by so many different stuff. And unfortunately, you can't help everyone, right? So I did, however, broaden my scope for just some underprivileged youth. And because now with Brackett Restaurant Group, we employ over 350 individuals. So I wanted to kind of tie my foundation into what I'm doing now into Brackett Restaurant Group. So we got two programs that we added with the Mother's Tender Heart Lunching and also Gary's Locker that's in the hospital. I think, like I said, it's more important to me of my legacy of what I did off the field. On the field was great and I had a bunch of fun. But the lasting impression is going to be the families and the lives that I touch off the field. And I see stories all the time when people stop me in the grocery store that I helped them, and I was at their hospital bed in the hospital talking to them when they got diagnosed with cancer. And now they're good, full head of hair, you know, graduate from college. So it was really amazing. And they remember the things that I did for them. So I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to give back. I feel like, you know, I'm blessed to be a blessing, so I appreciate the fact that I'm in a position.
Each person, and then they pay it forward. So that's what it's all about. You know, your restaurant, Georgia Reese's. That is, I've had a chance to eat there, and the food was amazing. It's been a couple. I haven't tried everything on the menu, but I had the, I believe there's a chicken and waffle meal. I had that, and I think I had the catfish, and that was really good. So. Are you back there? Are these your recipes that they're cooking up? I was curious. I'm like, see back here cooking up something.
So there are some family recipes. My father was from the South, man, and we grew up hunting. We hunt when we were younger. So we rabbits, squirrels, and we would hunt deer. We'd go home, we would clean it, and then we would cook it. So I mean, growing up, I had all type of exotic stuff, and for me, what stood out from my childhood is Sunday's dinner. Sunday dinner was always something where, you know, they spent a couple hours cooking, the family all got together and kind of unloaded about the week, man. I think that time was very special for my family as far as gathering and getting together. And that's how we kind of, you know, Georgia Reese's is kind of extension of my living room. And for people to kind of get together, have a good time, you know, that big gathering that you're planning, they really come in and kind of, you know, have that type of experience. Listen to some good music and just hang out and chill, So we have different aspects of the restaurant where the food is obviously the staple, We're a restaurant first, and we want people really to rave about our food. But then on the weekends, Friday and Saturday, we have live music. Which I feel like there's some really great bands that go out there and get some exposure, but really just set that atmosphere, man. So it's really one of those spots where you can go, either as a nightcap, you're going to get home at 11, 12 o'clock, or you're going to turn up afterwards, you come in there and kind of set the stage, So I think it serves both those purposes. And then the bourbon selection, I've kind of turned into like a bourbon connoisseur now. We have like over 70 bourbons and whiskeys. So it's trending right now. We have bourbon flights and everything else. So then when you come in and you have the live music and everything, you can enjoy a nice sip of Pappy, or one of my favorites is Stranahan, is a bourbon out of Colorado. And I really just sit back and chill.
You're like schooling me right now.
Yeah, we have bourbon dinners too. So I'm gonna invite you to my bourbon dinner. Remember, you can come in and have footage of that.
Absolutely.
So,
you don't have to get it on camera and be like, okay, I'm trying to bourbon shot. No, I'm kidding.
The way your future is going to be set up, the next 5 years is really dependent about the books that you read, the seminars that you go to, and the networking that you do. I think one of the most foolish songs in this generation, they hear a song, and then that's it, That's their mentality. They hear Lemonade or something, That's their mindset, I know y'all air bumping it, but Nah, but the whole Drake song, remember
Right.
a few years ago, the Drake song, No New Friends, right? So everybody was going around, no new friends, right?
The circle just
Yeah,
closed
like
off.
that's it. Like you ain't know me back in the day, and it's just like that's so shallow, right? Are you comfortable with the friends you have right now and their net worth, right? Because they said the average person is the average of the 5 closest friends to them. So you look at your 5 closest friends. Are you comfortable with having their net worth, right? If not, then you need to grow, right? You need to go out and expose yourself. Learn to live outside your comfort zone, right? Learn a new skill, a new trade, read a new book, go to a new seminar, a new class, and all these things are accessible to you, right? So I just don't have a lot of self-pity, right? I'm not just gonna sit back and just, let something happen to me. I'm gonna go out and make it happen. And I feel like if more people have the attitude where, they're interested in something, go learn about it, right? Go study it. You don't even need a college degree. Right, you can self-teach yourself on the internet.
Let's tell the people how to keep up with you if they want to follow you, and also your restaurants, your impact organization, all that good stuff.
Right. So a lot. So Stack Pickle, right? It's a sports pub here in Indianapolis. I purchased that about 2 years ago now, and we have 9 locations. So very excited about that. We're opening up in Fishers, 37 and 131, so that's why I have my shirt on.
Right, I noticed that much.
Yeah. And then we're also opening up in Westfield, 32, right there by Grand Park. So that'll be our 9th location. So very excited about that concept. Yeah, expanding, growing, scaling. So that website is stackpickle.com. And then you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's at my name, Gary Brackett. Also, the Impact Foundation is at garybrackett.org, where you can find out about all our latest events and find out ways you can volunteer and get involved.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. All right. So you guys heard his word. It was words of wisdom. Take that and learn from it. It's never too late. And don't let one little mishap, one failure stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. We'll be right back with the Tahlia Speak.
By that opiate that got her naked. And Shawty say she love me when I'm faded, but when I'm sober I'ma dig, I'm sorry baby. She got me jumping off to be somebody. I got too drunk, I think I is old lady. Listen mommy, why you talking? You put nothing on the table. On the highway got me running. Shawty extra gooey, that my favorite. Now shawty extra gooey, let me taste it. Yeah, same bitches, different face. Chill.
Thank you for coming on the show. That was Opietta, John Kelley. As he said, get it out. It's on SoundCloud, iTunes, all that good stuff.
It's about to be off of SoundCloud.
That means you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So if you want it for free, go to SoundCloud and search I Am John Kelley. Thanks again for coming on the show. Actually, everybody that was on the show, just come on the stage. I want everybody to see your face again. I'm so glad they stuck around. Come on, Gary, Saida, everybody come on the stage. All right. And this gorgeous goddess, beautiful skin, glowing and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I think everybody had an awesome story that was up here. The Tahlia Speak Show goal is just to touch one person out there, just to inspire. I like to have guests on here from all walks of life, just for all my audience and all my different viewers. So thanks so much for tuning in to the Tahlia Speak Show. We'll be back next week, same time, 6:30. You can follow me. I am Tahlia Speaks on Instagram. Go to tahliaspeaks.com to keep up with my blog and my live events that I cover. That was a lot to say. Anyway, next week, Tahlia Speak Show.